Leo, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Leos, please. Oh, all right, so your energy, we see the Eight of Pentacles. All right. Working hard. Your person, the Eight of Swords in reverse. They're viewing you as the Two of Swords, holding back. What you're not seeing, the Seven of Swords, and we see the Page of Swords. Okay, so you may get some sort of communication here, Leo. It feels like you have someone who may be a secret admirer, maybe also a little bit avoidant. And we see the Emperor energy in reverse, Aries, but you may be feeling a little bit frustrated with this connection or not so sure you want to move forward with this connection. Now, the Eight of Pentacles tells me that you see this person somewhere you like to go back to. So it could be work, it could be school, it could be the gym, somewhere out and about in the community. The Eight of Pentacles tells me you're hard at work, though. You may be working on up-leveling, you may be working on your finances. All right, and we see the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, like, I kind of feel like my Leos, you're kind of frustrated. You're not waiting around for anybody. You're finding balance, you're prioritizing harmony and balance, and it feels like you've been dealing with somebody here a little bit avoidant. And so I do think that's been a bit dysregulating for you. And so I feel like a little bit out of frustration, you're like, you know what, I'm not going to be paying attention to this. I'm not going to be focusing on this. I'm going to shift my energy back into me or onto me. Now you're viewing this person as the Sun card. So you could be dealing with another Leo, and we also have strong Aries here. But you do see this person as somebody who makes you happy, somebody who's positive, who's passionate, who's playful, who likes attention, who gets attention. So you do like this person. I just feel like you're a little bit frustrated here, and you're viewing the relationship as the Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, so I kind of feel like you're not going to allow this to hold you back, even if they are being a little bit avoidant. I do feel like you have clarity. I think you would like to have a new beginning, but like I said, I think you're feeling a bit frustrated with them. And we see the Five of Swords in reverse. So this is someone who really also prioritizes peace and harmony, that doesn't want any drama. And again, I do kind of feel like this person could be a little bit avoidant, Leo. And I feel that's where you two are different, because I feel like the way they show up is maybe a bit frustrating here for you. All right, so let's see what else we need to know. Okay, sacred contract. So that could be that you and this person have this soulmate connection, but Spirit wants you to know that you have a sacred contract with the universe. Trust there's a divine order behind everything. So everything's working out exactly the way it's supposed to. Okay. We see celebrate. So stop finding holes in your success or a reason to undermine it. You deserve to celebrate yourself and your accomplishments. And I do kind of feel like that's the energy that you're dropping into. Like you want to feel, you want to feel praised, honored, recognized, celebrated. And I feel like there's something here about the way this person acts or behaves is like they're not really giving you that recognition. So I feel like you're finding it and giving it to yourself here, okay? And we see transformational relationships. So to me, this is an indication that this relationship certainly can transform, but surround yourself with good people and you'll find that previously unimaginable horizons will open up to you. Yes, beautiful. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, Leo, you're almost there. So you have come this far to give up now. The seeds you planted are beginning to flourish. So I do feel like you're about to have success, most likely in this relationship, but in other areas of your life as well, whatever it is that you're working really hard on. Now, the Eight of Swords in reverse tells me that this person is definitely an overthinker. They could have Virgo or Gemini in their chart. I do think that you have them in their feels. I do think they're an avoidant. All right, they have an avoidant attachment style. We see the Three of Cups in reverse. Now, I'm not really getting that there's third-party energy, although it could be that this person has a choice between you and somebody else. But the Three of Cups in reverse tells me this person might be a little bit worried about gossip, either that they've heard, or if you and this person know each other through work or someplace where there are other people around, like friends, or you know them from the gym or whatever it might be. I feel like this person's a little bit worried about gossip, what other people will say. And we see the Five of Cups energy in reverse. I do think they are going to surprise you with like a love offer or an emotional outpouring, but I do think this person is holding back and kind of coming off as a bit emotionally unavailable because of third party energy, or because of like they're worried about like people around you too. And we see the Seven of Wands energy in reverse. So you may feel like at times this person is pushing you away. Pay attention to sevens coming through. All right, and also eights. So you're probably seeing repeating numbers when it comes to this connection. But the Seven of Wands is also telling me too that this person may be letting down their guard. All right, they may be getting to the point where they want to let you in. They're letting down their guard. And we see the Four of Swords. Now this could be somebody who's been healing. This could be somebody also who really feels like home to you, Leo, in a lot of ways. But I also feel too, your person is very slow moving. Your person isn't super action oriented. I feel they're more like emotional. Now they're viewing you as the Two of Swords, holding back. So for some of you Leos, they might be worried you have a third party here. But with the Five of Wands in reverse and the Two of Swords, I feel like this person might be worried that you're holding back because you have other options. And the Five of Wands in reverse tells me they want something secure and solid with you. They want to beat out the competition. I feel like they're worried about some sort of drama or gossip. And we see the Ten of Wands energy in reverse. Yeah, this person's very passionate about you. They're very attracted to you. For some of you, they're waiting for you to finish something. Like if this person knows that you're working really hard or you're moving through a karmic situation or something like that, for some of you, this person is waiting for you to either have more time in your schedule or to be more open. Okay, and we see the King of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this person might be a little bit worried, Leo, that you could be a bit of a player or this is not going to be long lasting. And I kind of see that with the Three of Cups in reverse. Maybe they've heard some sort of gossip about you, whether it's true or not. And they just, I kind of feel like they're just worried that this could end up being something physical and nothing more. And I just feel like this person like really wants to protect their energy, but not because they see you as bad, but because of whatever the situation is that's around you too. All right, and we see the Magician card. See, I was picking up on that Virgo Gemini energy. I do think this is somebody who sometimes, thinks themselves into a corner. But they are manifesting you. I do feel like this person has a lot of what you're looking for. Like they most likely check all of your boxes. They may be trying to draw you towards them, but I don't think it's necessarily working. They might be worried that you're angry or frustrated with them. We see Don Juan energy coming through. Using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas. So I'm wondering too, I mean, this card did come out in reverse, which can be a little bit of a player card. So for some of you, it is possible they do have some sort of secret third party here that they don't want you to know about. But I kind of feel like more than anything, Leo, for a lot of you, I kind of feel like this person is worried about this romantic connection, maybe worried about not being good enough. Maybe they're comparing themselves to your exes. And again, I kind of feel like somebody has their ear. Like somebody has told, like somebody may have told them too much about like your dating history or something like that, or maybe gossiping is kind of what I'm getting. All right, and we see Advocate. So this person is somebody who inspires you to put compassion into action. So this is somebody who does advocate for themselves, for the things they care about. This person might be like service oriented, volunteer, rescue animals, things like that. They do stand up for what they believe in. All right, let's see how they're viewing you. See, they see you as very independent, child orphan. Independence based on learning to go it alone and conquering your fear of surviving. All right, and we see child nature, friendship with animals, communication with nature spirit. Yeah, they see you as somebody very grounded, very sweet, very nurturing, very independent. All right, beautiful energy there. All right, so what they're hiding is the Seven of Swords. This person is an avoidant. Now, this can also be secrets, but I kind of just feel like they have an avoidant attachment style. All right, we see the King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody solid, stable, secure. This is somebody who's, I'm hearing they play the long game. All right, the Queen of Wands, sexy, powerful, successful, passionate. And we see the Nine of Swords. But I also think that's how they're viewing you. And with the Nine of Swords in reverse, I think you just have them in their feels. I think this person's really stuck in their head about this connection. Probably hoping that you're going to come towards them. All right, the Page of Swords tells me there is communication coming in. All right. And we see the Emperor energy in reverse. Okay, it might be frustrating for you because it may be like small talk. It may be not what you want to hear. But it could lead to a new beginning here. All right, and we see the Nine of Pentacles. But this is about staying in your energy, in your independence, knowing that you don't need anybody to like make you happy, to fix you, to complete you. Yep, Tower energy in reverse, Aries, Scorpio energy. This is somebody who's avoidant. Some of my Leos, you could have a new beginning in a new direction if this person does really drag their feet. Because I feel like with the Page of Swords and the Emperor in reverse, the communication, you are going to get communication from this person. But I feel like it's not going to feel like it's enough, or they're going to keep it casual, or they're not going to really fully let you in. And I feel like that's going to be frustrating for you. So some of my Leos, I feel you kind of using all of your strength and courage here to move in a new direction. Yeah, this person definitely spies on you. Stalker energy. I don't think they're a stalker, but I do think that they check you out a lot. We see tracking location. They know what you're up to. They know what you're doing. And we see running into third party energy. But, you know, for some of you, there is some sort of third party interference. But more so, I kind of feel like there's gossip around this connection, or they've heard about some sort of third party interference that's that's scaring this person off. All right, and I do think they're going to make a romantic gesture or be sweet to you. But I kind of feel like you're wanting more, so that's going to be frustrating for you. All right, so we see this person is going to surprise you. You two might be very different from one another, and we see married energy. I don't think this person is married. Maybe you're going to find out that they were married and you didn't know that. We see physically active, so somebody who works out or somebody who moves around, somebody you might know from like gym or yoga class or whatever. But more than anything, I feel like this person is probably going to surprise you. They do want a relationship here, Leo. Okay, let's see what we need to know about this connection. What is Spirit's advice about this connection for my Leos, please? What is Spirit's advice for my Leos regarding this connection? Yeah, this connection is passionate but not enduring. And some of you may have already had like a fling with this person, or there's definitely this chemistry. But don't dismiss the red flags. And I feel like the red flags are this person's avoidance. All right, try something you've never done before. And some of my Leos, that's the direction you're moving in, because you're realizing this is frustrating for you. You don't feel seen and heard. They're not going deep enough. And someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. Now, of course, that could be you or that could be them. But we also have true love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. So this person has much stronger feelings for you than they're letting on here. All right, let's see what this person wants to say to you. What does this person want to say to my Leos? What does this person want to say to my Leos? All right, new chapter. I'm trying to move on. They do want a new chapter. I think they're trying to come towards you. But again, A for effort, right? But at the same time, it's like you need them to come towards you. You need them to meet you where you are. I'm struggling to find the right path, although they do feel this is a destined connection. And I wish I could right my wrongs. So they know that maybe they've taken too long. They might, there might be some guilt or shame here from the past that's holding them back. All right, what are this person's very next moves towards you? Even though I do think that they're going to be communicating with you. And your advice here is just to stay in your energy, stay in your independence. If this is frustrating or dysregulating for you, don't channel your effort and energy into this connection. Like, this person needs to meet you where you are. It feels like they need to come toward you. Queen of Wands. Okay, that's somebody fiery and passionate coming toward you, but the King of Pentacles, but not with any real solid offer, but as the Knight. So this person is going to continue to take their time, Leo. So I feel like the decision is really going to be up to you if you want to hold space for this connection. And when I say hold space, it does not mean putting your life on hold. We see the King of Cups here, so this person does have a lot of love for you, but it just kind of feels like you're on different timelines. And the way this person moves may be kind of frustrating for my Leos, who tend to be a bit more direct and more action oriented. So again, the message is like they're coming towards you. This person likes you way more than you realize even, but they're really slow moving, you know, and they might come, you know, and again, this could be somebody who's a little bit in and out, or maybe, you know, maybe they run a little hot and cold. All right, so we see, say what you mean. You already know what's true. Speaking isn't about control, it's about integrity. So Leo, it may be time for you to speak up. You know, I don't know if it's giving this person an ultimatum or just letting them know where you stand if you feel comfortable doing that. And just stay grounded. Return to your body, Leo. Again, you are getting communication from this person. It may not be exactly what you want to hear, but I do think it's going to help you decide whether or not this is something worth holding space for or not. All right, my lovely Leos, I'm going to leave it here. Sending you love and light. Take care.